Okay, so let's start the session. In the last class, we are discussing about the strings, right? So different types of strings. So within the strings, we have discussed what is indexing and what is meant by slicing operations and string concatenations, right? And coming to the next one is strings are immutable. Means you can't replace the strings within the same object. You can replace the string by creating a new object. You can't replace in the same object. Strings are immutable. All the fundamental data types, not only strings, all the fundamental data types, all the fundamental data types, that is int, float, boolean, and complex, and next one is string. All the 5 fundamental data types, all the 5 of them are immutable only. By these, all the 5 of them are immutable. All the 5 of them are immutable, and all the 5 of them are fundamental data type where they can store only one value in an object. They can store only one value in an object. Can store only one value in an object. You can't store multiple values also. For example, a is equal to int of 1, 2. 2 values are there. Means in an object you want to store both 1 and 2. Means you can't store. You can store only 1. Okay, 2 you can't store. As an int you can't store. You have to create advanced data types for storing the multiple values. In the fundamental data type, we can't store the more than one value. Okay, in advanced data types, we can store the multiple values. Right? Now string methods. Now what is meant by a method? Methods means what is meant by a method? Method is a function type. Now in the interview, they are going to ask us what is the difference between a function versus method. This is the interview question, right? So now what is the difference between a function and a method? Means generally a function, whatever the function is there, examples of function is print. Print is a function. ID is a function, right? And type is a function. These are all functions which we have already completed. So this print function is used to print whatever is inside that one. Whether it is a variable means variable, value means value. If it is a text value means text value, it will print. It is a numerical value means numerical value, it will print. So it is either prints the value or variable. Whatever you have written inside the print, it will print that one. ID means it gives the address of that object. Type means it will give the data type of that particular object, whatever the data type it is. So like this, we are having the functions. Functions means what is the meaning of actually a function? A function means which is used to do a specific task, which is used to perform a specific task is called as a function, which is used to perform a specific task. Means ID function was created to perform the task called as to give the address of the object. Type is the function which was created to do a task called as what is the data type. It has to print the what is the data type, right? So like each function they are created to perform a specific task. Now coming to the method, what is a method? Means method is also a function. It is also a function, but this function is only applicable. Functions which are applicable only for a particular data type, are applicable for a particular data type. If they are applicable only for a particular data type, then it is called as a method. Is called as method, right? So functions which are applicable for a particular data type, these functions are not universal. Means these functions are applicable only for that particular data type. It can't be applicable for others. For example, print a is equal to 1, 2, 3. Inside this int is there. So if you want to print a, it is printing 1, 2, 3 will be printed, or simply without storing the value also print 1, 2, 3. So you are printing the int object. You are printing 12.34. This also will be printed. You can print with respect to true. This one also will be printed. If you print true, this one also will be printed. This is boolean and this is the string. And if you want, you can print 1 plus 2j. This one also will be printed. All of them will be printed. Print is applicable for any kind of data type. It is not specific to a particular data type. ID, if you ask ID of 10, it will print ID of 10. If you ask ID of 12.34, it will give the ID of 12.34. For everything, it will work. It is not specified. It is not working only for a particular object. It is not limited for a particular one. So since it is not a particular one, now it is called as a function. If it is a particular one, only it is applicable for this data type only. It can't be applicable for other data types. Then it is called as a method. That is the difference. Okay, a function which is applicable. A function which is applicable for a particular data type is called as a method. It is also a function only. It will also do some specific task only, but this is applicable only for that data type. It is not applicable for others. Then it is called as methods. For example, in the string, we are having a method called as first one of the method called as strip. This string dot, whatever the string is there, dot strip. You are going to apply strip. Strip is a function. This is a function. Basically, this is a function. But this function is applicable only for the string. This function is not applicable for the int. This function is not applicable for float. This application is not applicable. This function is not applicable for list. This function is not applicable for any others. None of them it is applicable. Okay, none of them it is applicable. Then, if none of them it is applicable, then what it is called as? It is called as a method. It is applicable only for the particular data type which is called as string. Right? Is that clear? So this function is applicable only for the particular strings only it is applicable. Right? So this is not applicable for others. Other data types, it is not applicable. This function is not applicable for other data types. Then it is called as string methods. For example, similarly, int methods are there, means it is applicable only for int. Float methods are there, means it is applicable for float. List methods are there, means it is applicable for the list, like that. So here for int object, we are not having any kind of methods. No methods are there. For float, there is no methods. For complex, there is no methods. For Boolean, there is no methods. Only for the strings, the methods are available. So that is the reason we are discussing the string methods. Similarly, strings only has the indexing. Strings only has the slicing operation. Strings only has with respect to the methods. Within the fundamental data type, so only the strings has, because string is considered as a multiple characters, which is a combination of everything. Whereas int is a only combination of numbers. It can't be a combination of others. It is only numbers. If the strings are only text are there, means then this might not be applicable. But strings are with respect to a combination of anything. It can be a number, it can be a text, it can be anything. So strings are applicable with respect to anything, any character you can write inside the string, right? So here, what is meant by strip? For example, a is equal to Python is there, where in the Python, here I'm having the space, and after the Python also I'm having the space, right? So a is equal to Python. A dot strip means it will remove the spaces, left side to that word and right side to that word. Inside that string, whatever the spaces are there, it will remove the spaces. That is called as strip. Strip dot, this one you're asking, yeah, this is called as function. Whenever you're using a brackets like this, then only it is called as function, right? Now a dot l strip, what is meant by l strip means left side the spaces will be removed. L means left side, whatever the space is there, that will be removed. Okay, and if you consider r strip, the right side space will be removed, left side will be asterisk, right side will be removed. So a is equal to Python. I'm writing once again, a is equal to Python, where you are having left side and right side, two spaces are there. Strip means both the ends, it will remove the spaces. Okay, strip will remove both sides the spaces. L strip will remove only left side, means this part only will be removed. Right side space will be asterisk. R strip means right side space will be there, left side, right side space will be removed, left side it will be there. Is that clear? Strip means nothing but removing the spaces. Strip means removing the spaces. Okay. Next, A is equal to good morning. Now new one, A is equal to good morning. Just observe this one, A is equal to good morning. Okay, good morning. Okay, out of which we are having GOO caps lock D, good morning. We are having morning in like this, in this way, right? So good morning means now whatever the good morning we are having, A is equal to a good morning. Now here A dot capitalize. We are having a next method called as capitalize. Capitalize means, sir, after rotating the screen is not working properly. That is why I joined the Zoom app. I'm lucky. Okay. So A dot capitalize. A dot capitalize means in terms of caps lock. What is caps lock? In terms of caps lock means it is going to convert the only the first letter to caps lock and remaining everything to small letters. Only the first letter. So if I write like this, A dot capitalize, you can see here. First I am executing the A word, and for that I'm going to apply A dot capitalize. Only the first letter. Only the first letter was converted to caps letter, and remaining everything was converted to small letter. So the same thing, just here. I'm opening a new Word document, MS Word document, right? So inside this Word document, just here I'm writing with respect to called as good. Okay, so I have written something like this, good morning. Okay, so everyone can see good morning. So I have just written in the Word document, good morning. Now here you are selecting this one. Select whatever the string you want, you select. And here there is an option called as sentence case. Okay, sentence case. If you click on this, the first letter of that sentence, whatever the sentence in that first letter will be caps lock, and remaining everything will brought into the lower letters. This is the one, sentence case. Now, if I'm clicking on the sentence case, it is working. Now, what is the backend code? There is an option here. Okay, just you are clicking on this, it is working. But what is the backend? So the backend, one program is there. That program is nothing but whatever the string you have selected, dot capitalize is the program, right? So this one, whatever you are seeing as of now, this is Microsoft Word. Whatever the Microsoft Word is there, this is called as tool. What is meant by tool means a tool will consist of multiple options or buttons we used to say. So here we are having multiple options are there. Just if you click here and it is working, but how it is working means in the backend one program is there. No one knows the program. Just they know, okay, if I click on this button, it will convert to sentence case, means first letter to be caps lock and remaining everything to the small letters. Just they know that one, right? So the tools, whoever learns the tools, they learns what is meant by this, what is the use of this particular option. What is the use of this option? 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 And what is the use of this option? They will understand the use of each of the option. That's it, they know. They don't know what is the backend program. And this backend program is called as deployment. So whenever you're clicking on this, automatically in the backend, that particular program is working. So this is called as deployment. That program was deployed here. That program was deployed here. When you are clicking on this, automatically that program is working. So that program is working means in the backend Python is working. So whether if it is designed on Python means Python will work. If it is designed on the Java means Java will work. So Java will work out, Python will work means Python also should be installed in my system. Without Python, it will work or not. While installing the MS Word itself, whatever the required additional things are there, it automatically installs. While you are installing the MS Office, it will take some time for installation, right? At that time only, it will install all the required things. So that is the reason if you are clicking on this, automatically it is working. This is called as deployment. So in the backend, the code is this one, right? A.capitalize. Now next one is A.title. A.title means here two words are there. Out of two words, each capitalize the first letter of each word and remaining two small. So first letter will be caps lock. From the each word, every first letter will be caps lock and remaining all of them will be small. So for example, here I'm selecting this one. Once again, coming back. Now I'm selecting here this one. Inside this caps lock, each word is there. Just if you click, it is working. Right? This in this backend, for this backend code is typed in. Right? So once you are clicking on this, automatically that is working, right? So this is the deployment. For example, let us go to some kind of Udupi restaurant. Okay, you have went for a Udupi restaurant and you have asked for a 1 plate idli. You have ordered for 1 plate idli. That cashier in the Udupi restaurant, the cashier, in front of him, there will be a one mission. And wherever the idli is there, he will click on that idli. 1 plate idli, one time he will click automatically. And after clicking that one, he will enter the enter button. Automatically, he will get a receipt. And he will take that receipt and he'll give us the receipt and we'll take that one. In the hotels, we have seen all these things, right? Now they know this button is used for idli. How it is working, how it is printing that one, how in the backend code the everything was written, and how the slip was taking the printout of that one. Nothing he knows. The end user, the person who is the cashier or the person who is entering this one, he is called as end user. He is called as end user. End user means who is going to finally use this particular product. Who is going to use finally this product is called as end user. Now for the end user, once we having the end user, once he click on that one, it is doing the work. How that work is happening, they don't know. If they get an error, for example, if instead of entering that button, it is not printing or it is giving any other product, output as other product. They're clicking on idli, but it is getting some kind of puri or something. Now, automatically the person is going to raise a complaint. And the complaint will be resolved by the engineers, whatever the engineers are there related to that, right? This particular product, entire product, whatever the machine is there, that product was used with respect to multiple softwares, right? Either using the Java or Python, whatever it is. Just they have integrated that software inside that. That is called as deployment. Okay. Now, not only that one, your mobile phone also. In the mobile phone, you are clicking on the Google Chrome. There is an option called as Google Chrome button will be available. Just you are clicking on that one and it is opening the page. And after that, you are entering the URL. Again, it is redirecting to the web page. Inside that, you are selecting the product. And after that, you are paying that, whatever the payment is there, you are paying that one. Everything is in the backend, one software is there. Without any kind of programming, none of them will work. Right? For everything, one program should be there. Common program should be there. that programming language by using any kind of programming language. All these are tools. So whatever the Word document you are saying or PPTs you are saying or any other things you are saying, wherever the options you are observing, everything are called as tools. Tools means just they are having certain buttons are available. Just if you click on this, it will work like that. If you select this one, it will work. If you select this one, it will work in a different way. How it is working? Right? Is that clear? Deployment is clear. Now, next one is A.upper. A.upper means it is going to convert everything to uppercase. The entire string will be converted to uppercase. So for example, you are selecting this one and you are clicking on the uppercase. So it is converting to everything to uppercase, the same thing. A.upper. A means nothing but whatever the string you have selected. For example, inside this, okay, I am selecting only this particular string. This particular part only I am selecting and I am clicking on the upper. Now only this part will be converted. Why this part will be converted? Whatever the string you have selected, that one only will be converted to uppercase. Similarly here, A.upper means inside the A, what is there? First it will check. Inside the A, good morning is there. So inside the A, whatever is there, everything will be converted to uppercase. Right? And A.lower. A.lower means it is going to convert to lowercase. Everything will be converted to lowercase. Means, for example, you have selected like this and you are clicking on the lowercase means everything will be converted to lowercase. The same code. A.lower. A.upper means uppercase. A.title means each word first letter uppercase. A.capitalize means sentence case. Sentence case means in the sentence first letter. In the entire sentence, the first letter will be caps lock. Remaining entire sentence will be small letter. Next one is called as find. Find means it will identify whether this particular object is available or not. So this particular string, you are asking this particular string, A is equal to good morning. A is equal to good morning. You are asking A.find of O. This is called as substring. This is called as substring. This is called as main string. The main one is called as main string, and which one you want to check, that is called as substring. So it is going to identify whether this substring is available in the main string or not. Entire substring, complete substring as it is should be available. If O is there means O should be available. If for example, I'm writing O. Sir, here 1, 2, 3 O's are there. So it is going to return only the first one. By default, it is going to return the first one. Sir, if it wants to return all the 3 of them, then you have to use the loop concept. There is a concept called as loop. With the loop concept, we can identify all the 3. As of now, we can get only the first one. A.find will give the first one. If it is available, the first letter, what is the index number? That is 0, 1. So it is going to return the 1. It will return the 1. If it is not available, it is going to throw an error. For example, I'm asking caps lock G. Caps lock G is available. Small g is available. Caps lock G is not available. So it is going to throw an error -1. It will give an output of -1. If nothing is available, -1. It returns -1. Right? If it is available means the index position. Whatever the index position it is there, it will print that index position. Now here, sir, double O is available. Yes, double O is available. So it is going to return the double O wherever the index number it starts. For example, GOO is available. Yes. So what is the starting index number of G? 0. So it is going to return the output as 0. For example, you have asked like this, caps lock GOO. This is not available. So it is going to give -1. Sir, OO is available now. G only, caps lock G is not available. OO is available, right? It is going to check entire string as it is. If the entire string is as it is there, from where it is starting, that position it will show. Wherever the starting position is there, it will return the starting position. Sir, for example, in the Word document, here like this is there. Now I want to identify whether GOO is available or not. Now I'm going to click on this, Control F, and here I'm asking GOO. So GOO is available and it is showing that whatever it is available. Sir, I want like this. Then here it is written with respect to a concept called as loop. Inside the loop, concept called as if. So once we understand the for loop and if conditions, you can write the same code, whatever it is showing in the Microsoft Word, the same code you are going to write. Okay, that we are going to discuss in the further class. How it is going to show like this, that we are going to see in the further class. Okay, so if that particular index is showing some number, if it is showing some number, it is having some number, output as a number, then whatever the number is there, that number should be highlighted. It is going to highlight that number. If the number is not available, it is going to throw error. So for example, I'm asking like this. Inside this good morning is not there. For example, GG, I'm asking like this. So this is not there. So whenever whatever you are asking, if it is not there, it has to return the output as it is not available, or it has to throw an error that it is this particular thing is not available. So that one also will be written in the if only. If that is not available, you have to print it is not available. So the code of this one, we are going to see in the further class, the complete code, whatever the code is there inside the Microsoft Word, that we are going to see in the further class, right? Now, count. Count means it is going to count how many times this particular substring is available in the main string. That is, O is how many times O is repeated? That is Z 1, 2, 3. 3 times it is repeated. So it is going to return 3. Right? Next one is called as split. Next method is called as split. So split function is going to divide the data into 2 parts. Okay, split means whatever the string is there, the string will be divided. Split. Split means nothing but divide. Split means nothing but divide. So how it is going to divide? By default, it is going to take the space. Wherever the space is there, before to the space has 1 word and after the space has 1 word. So now here, my name, question mark, is space Sam. Something I'm having like this. Okay, now I'm applying for this one. A is equal to this one, A dot split. I'm applying the A dot split. Whenever I'm applying the A dot split, automatically it will identify wherever the space is available. Where the space is available, here and here. So it is going to draw a line at the space. Wherever the space is there, it will draw a line. Okay, so this is one part, this is one part, this is one part. So just simple. My is one part. Second one is name, question mark is as one part. Third one is Sam. It is going to divide into 3 parts like this. And these 3 parts will be stored in a list. Okay, now what is meant by list? List is nothing but where it is able to store the multiple values. List is a object. It is one of the data type within the Python where it can store the multiple values. Where it can store the multiple values. So it can store the multiple values. How this list is represented means list is represented by square bracket. And multiple values, whatever the multiple values are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, or you can write even string, anything, multiple values. You are able to store the multiple values within a single object is called as list. Is that clear? So here, the split function will divide the data wherever the space is there. It is going to divide the data. Sir, I don't want based on the space, sir. I want with the based on the question mark. Based on the question mark, I want to split. So wherever the question mark is there, it is going to draw a line like this. Before to question mark 1 part and after the question mark is 1 part. Right? So you are going to get my name and also is name. Question mark is considered as the separator. Question mark is considered as the separator and it is separating the 2 parts. Is that clear? If you don't write question mark or anything inside this, now it is going to take by default the space. Done? So one more time, because this is one of the most important one. So A is equal to string. I'm writing the string. That is nothing but Shiva space Rama, Kama, Krishna. Okay. Now inside this, we are having with respect to Shiva, Rama, Krishna, Kama, and space is 1 character, space is 1 character, and Kama also 1 character. Total, how many characters are there? If I ask length means what it is going to print? It is going to print total 18. 18 characters are there. If I ask length means it is going to print 18 characters. Length of A is 18 because Shiva is 4 characters, Rama is 4 characters, and Krishna is 7 characters. This is total of 15. Along with that, 2 spaces. Spaces of 2 are there, and Kama is 1 is there. Total characters are 18 characters are there. In the given string, total 18 characters are there. Now, out of these 18 characters, now I want to divide the data wherever the space is there. So space, wherever the space is there, I'm filling the space with a line. Now, before to the space, Shiva, Rama, Kama, everything is 1, and Krishna. So wherever the space is there, before to the space, whatever is there, and after the space, it is going to split into 2 parts. Okay. So now, just if I ask with respect to A dot split, A dot split function. Whenever I'm applying the split function, by default, it takes the space. See here, Shiva, Rama, Kama. Rama, Kama as 1 word. Because before to the space, whatever it is there, it is dividing the data. And Krishna. Sir, I want based on the Kama, sir. Kama will be considered as the separator. Now, before to Kama, what is there? Shiva space Rama. And after the Kama, what is there? Space Krishna. So it is going to print like that. So if you want to select any particular one, that you have to take in the inverted commas. So now the separation will be based on the comma. So Shiva space Rama, and the second one is space Krishna. Can you see here? Space Krishna. Is that clear now? So with whatever you want to split, that you have to write inside. If you don't write anything, by default it is going to consider space. This is the default one. Okay. For the default one, if you don't write also automatically it will only take. For the default one, you don't need to write. Is that clear? Next one is called as join. Next function is called as join. For example, I'm having a list of values. A list of values are there, and this list of values I want to join. Okay. Now join where I'm having with respect to a list. First one is data, and the second one is science. I'm having a list of values like this. Now I want to join these two using what you want to join. For example, this is a keyboard and this is mouse. I want to join. In between, if in between what I want to apply, something you have to apply, right? Fevicol or some kind of glue or something. So something if you apply, it will join. If you don't apply anything, directly these both will be joined like this. If you apply something, means the something also will be joined in between. Same way, here also the same. For example, data and science is there. Okay. Here I'm having with respect to one is I'm taking empty inverted commas, empty. Means nothing I'm using. Directly I'm joining the both data and science. So data science will be attached side by side. Sir, in between them, I want the space. Keep the space and join both of them by using the space. This is data. This is science. First time you are attaching directly. Now in between you are keeping the space and you are attaching. This is space and you are attaching the mouse. Is that clear? So in between whatever you want. For example, in between I want colon. Okay, in between colon I want. So data colon science. It will attach like that. The two strings are attached by using this one. Whatever you have written in between, it will attach that one. Right? Is that clear, guys? Next one is a replace. Now S1 is equal to good morning. So good morning. Good morning. This you are storing in the S1. Okay, object called as S1. If you print S1, now print S1 means what it is going to print? Good morning. It is going to print the good morning. Now I am writing S1 dot replace good with bad. Means first you have to write with what you want, which one you want to replace. Second one you have to write with what you want to replace. The first portion tells which one you want to replace. So I want to replace the good with what you want to replace is bad. Wherever the good is there, I want to replace with bad. So now it is going to replace with bad morning. So the good is replaced with the bad. And after replacing, now again, I'm going to store in the S1. This will be stored in the S1. Now different object. It is not going to replace in the same object. The old one will be deleted. That you can see by using the ID. So if you print the ID of the first one, and if once again, if you print now the ID will be changed. It is not going to be the same. Name will be the same. Variable name is same, but both are not the same objects. So how it is working means, once again, I'm explaining. See this one. S1 is equal to good morning. So here I'm writing good morning. First right side part will be executed, followed by left side part. Not first left side part, followed by right side part. First right side part, followed by left side. So good morning object is created. For that, S1 name was created. And after that, print S1 means it is printing the good morning. Similarly, now here S1 first here is equal to first right side part should be executed. First right side part should be executed. What is the right side part? S1. Now first it will here you have written the S1 dot replace of good with bad. You have written like this. This is the code. For this code, first S1. What is there inside the S1? It will take that one. Good morning. First it will take like this. The string will be called like this. For that dot replace you are applying, that is good with bad. Now just what it is going to do. So here replace whatever the string is there, left side the string, inside that wherever the good is there, we have to replace with bad. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to keep the bad morning. It is going to write bad morning. Work is completed. Replacement is completed. After replacement, now it is going to create an object with S1. Once the replacement right side part entirely completed, now it will move on to the left side. After creating the left side, now already S1 with old object is there, right? And new object also S1. So automatically the old object will be deleted. The latest value only will be stored in the Python. The old one will be deleted. So the old is deleted. And only now if you call S1, you will get the bad morning, not the good morning. So that is the reason. Print S1 means S1 is printing with bad morning, not the good morning. Is that clear? In this way, the back, it is going to work. Done? Step by step. It is clear? Next. So here, good morning, good. Something I'm having. Okay, a string is having of good morning, good. Right? Now, string dot replace. Wherever the good is there, it has to replace with bad. And after replacing, it has to store in the ST1. This is the new object. So now, first old one. Old one is good morning. Again, good. And this is ST. Right? Yes. Arthur, I will explain concatenation at the end. Right? Just let me complete this part and we'll come again back to that one. Good morning and good, which is stored in the ST. So first right side part I have executed, followed by left side part ST. Now ST dot replace. ST dot replace means it is going to consider good morning, good. It will take asterisk like this, dot replace wherever the good is there, good with bad, it has to replace the bad. So wherever this exact string is there, exactly the same string, if at least caps lock G is there also, it will not work, because Python is a case sensitive. Every letter is equally important. So here a small GOOD, wherever the small GOOD is available, it is going to convert to bad. So just it is going to take it as bad, morning, bad. It is going to change like this. Once it has changed like this, the right side part execution is completed. This part is completed. Now after this part, now it has to store in the ST1. Now whatever you have got, this will be stored in the ST1. Now this one, both will be available, because this name is different, this name is different. Both will be available. It is not going to delete the old one, because both names are different. If both names are same, means the old one will be erased. Okay, is that clear? So now if you ask this one, so here good morning, good, bad morning, bad morning, bad. ST1 will have the bad morning, bad. ST will have good morning, good. Is that clear now? So in between, whenever you are writing the replace, the right side part only you have to focus. Don't focus on the left side one. Only first focus only on the right side one. And at right side one, once it is completed, you are going to create a new object. Means, for example, this is a string object. Since it is a string object, the old one will be erased. If it is a mutable object, means it will replace in the old one only. Right? Since the strings are immutable, it will create a new object. It will check whether which type of object this one is. If it is a string object, which is an immutable object, it will create a new object. If it is a mutable object, means it will replace in the old one only. Let us take an example once again. ST is equal to simple example. Once again, I'm explaining simple example. Good morning. Okay, ST dot replace, wherever the good is there, it has to be replaced with bad. Right? And I'm going to store in the ST once again. Right? Now print the ST. If you ask like this, now if you first ST is equal to good morning. First right side part. What is there in the right side part? Good morning. First execute this line. In this line, that too, right side part first should be executed. Good morning. And for that, ST name will be created. Now after that, wherever the within the ST is nothing but good morning. Good morning dot replace good with bad. It is going to replace good with bad. So good with bad means it is going to convert this one. This is the answer of this part. Only if you execute only this part, this is the answer. Bad morning is the answer. Now is equal to ST. Is equal to ST you have written, right? Now is equal to ST means first it will check whether ST is already available or not. First it will check that one. First check whether with the same name any other object is available or not. It will check that. After checking, it will check whether it is a immutable object or immutable object. If it is an immutable object, it is going to create a new one. It will create a new one and it will name it as ST, and the old one will be deleted. Assume that strings are mutable. Assume, example only. Assume strings are mutable. If the strings are mutable, whatever the good morning is there, if the strings are mutable, this whatever the bad morning is there, this bad morning will be replaced in the good morning only. Means first the old one will be deleted and the new value will be added here. Bad morning. If the strings are mutable, means it will do like this. For mutable objects, first the old value will be deleted. For the mutable objects, the old value will be erased. After erasing the old value will be erased. That value will be replaced with the new value. If they are mutable objects. Since strings are immutable objects, it is going to create a new one. For immutable objects, new one will be created. So in the interview, this is one of the important interview question. Again, what is the interview question, you know? So they'll ask you, can the strings can be replaced? Yes, sir, strings can be replaced. Yes, strings can be replaced. Means, for example, good morning is a string. You can replace with a good with bad. Okay, this can be replaced. Now they'll ask the question, well, what is meant by mutable and immutable? Everyone will say, sir, mutable means where we can do the replacement or modification of the values. And immutable means where we can't do the replacement. Everyone will say like this. Like, how means modification, object can be modified. Object or values within the object can be modified. Values within the object can't be modified. Most of the people will say this one, which is a wrong answer. Okay. So most of the people will say like this: sir, values within the object can be modified. Values within the object cannot be modified. So here they will forget the word called as same, within the same object. Within the same object, within the same object, the old object, which one was created, within the same object only the value should be modified, right? So simply they'll say, some people will say, some students will say, sir, where the values are modified, sir. Values are modified. Simple, they'll say values modified. Some people will say only modified, where modification is possible. What modification? Your modification or my modification? So modification is possible. If some people will say like modification is possible or something like this, immediately will reject that person. They don't know how to form the sentence only. Immediately will reject. With a few questions only we can identify whether that person is having the subject or not. Modifications is possible. What modification? Name modification, value modification, object modification, type modification, Python modification, or program modification. What modification? Where modification? Complete. When I am asking a question, give the complete answer, not with a single word. Here we are not asking the filling the blanks. To fill the blanks. In the interviewer is asking a question, means they're asking with a proper sentence. Exact answer they're asking. When you want to answer that one, so you have to answer in a proper sentences. They're asking as a sentences, not as a words. Tell them as a sentences. Data. What are the data types, miss? Sir, int, sir, float, sir. They will say slowly, one by one. We have to see until they finish. Finish. Okay, done. We have to wait till they complete. They will feel that, oh, if I say slowly, miss, this person will not understand what I'm saying. Right? So these all are important in front of the interviewer. Some person, why in the industry, out of 100 people, why 5 people are only getting the jobs or 10 people are only getting the jobs and 90%. See, actually in the market, out of 100, only to my knowledge, 20% only are getting the jobs. 20%. This is maximum. Minimum value can be 5 or 10 also, but maximum is 20%. 20% only the people are getting the jobs. And remaining 80 people are not getting the jobs. Here, the concept is no jobs are not there. The concept is they are not getting the jobs. The people are not getting the jobs. Jobs are available. The people who are rejected by the companies, they'll say that, "Arey, in the market, no jobs. Yesterday only I went for the interview, but they're asking experience." See, and while in the interview also, please answer the question properly, not with a single word. If they ask you a question with respect to any question like some kind of what is the difference between mutable and immutable? Answer with respect to completely. Sir, where we can do the modifications within the same object, then it is called as mutable object. If you are not able to do the within the same object, then it is called as immutable object. No modifications can be done. If once the object is created, means it is rock solid, fixed. We can't do any changes. We can't add, we can't remove, we can't replace. None of them we can do. Adding is not possible. Remove is not possible. Replace also not possible. Once the object is created, means fixed only. For example, A is equal to 1, means in this you can't add anything. You can't do anything. Inside to this, you can't write 12. You can't take with respect to 412. Nothing you can do. You can't add the letters. You can't delete the letters. It is fixed. Once one is created, means one only. It can't change. Rock solid. Then it is called as with respect to immutable objects. No modifications done. Once the object is created, means no more modifications in that particular object. Right? So please make sure that and prepare accordingly. And in the next week, okay, sorry. In this week, we are going to complete the basic parts of Python. That is, in tomorrow's class, we are going to cover the list and tuple. And day after tomorrow's class, we are going to cover the set and dictionaries. That is advanced data types. These 4 comes under advanced data types. So tomorrow and day after tomorrow is advanced data types. Right? Once the advanced data types are also completed, then we are going to discuss the operators. Once the operators are completed, means with that, the basics will be completed. Next, we are going to move on to the if. Next, based on the if for loops, using the loops functions. Once the functions are created, means core Python will be completed. Means by next day week, entire core Python will be completed. Once core Python is completed, means we'll move on to the advanced Python, that is Python for data science. Right? So the Python for data science, inside the Python for data science, every single one is created based on the core Python only. right? Every functions in the advanced data in the Python for data science, whatever we are going to discuss, that is designed based on the core Python, completely designed on the core Python. If the core Python is you are strong on the core Python, miss Python for data science is a very easy topic. If you don't understand this one, miss that one will be the difficult topic and you have to buy hard there. Coming to the last one within the strings methods, last one, that is my string is equal to string of Siva 123. Okay, my string is equal to Siva 123. Now is digit, what is meant by is means it is asking as a question. Whenever there is a word of is, the output will be either true or false. Whenever the word of is there, the output will be either true or false. It is asking whether this string, whatever the my string is there, dot is digit. Is digit is one of the method only. So it is asking is digit means whether this string is containing only digits. It is asking in that way. It is asking in such a way that whether this particular string consists of only digits, means numerical values only. Answer is yes or no. So it is answer is false. The output is false. Is alpha numeric? Is alpha, AL means alpha, NUM means numeric. Is alpha numeric? Alpha numeric means first alphabet followed by numeric. Yes or yes or no? True. So yes means here true. In Python, yes means true. Right? Is alpha. Is alpha means it is going to consist of only alphabets. False. So first one is false. Second one is true. Third one is false. Next. Is title. Is title means what is meant by title? Title means caps lock of each word. So word wise caps lock. So first word, it is having the title as per the title wise. It is satisfying the condition. Yes, true. Next, is upper. Is upper means every letter should be in the upper case. False. Is lower. Everything in the lower case. Again, it is false. Is space means inside that string, is there any space is available? That is the meaning. So whether it is going to check whether the string contains spaces or not. Right? My string dot end with small s. It is going to end with small s. The last letter, it is going to go to the last letter. Automatically, it will go to the last. End with means last character. So how it is identifying the last character means it is going to check as my string, whatever the my string is there, last one. Last one is with respect to total length of characters. How many length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. First, it will take the length. Length is equal to 7. Length minus 1. That is my string of 6. It will check whether it is equal to yes. Whether this is equal to yes or not. It will check like this. So if it is equal to yes means it will print true. If it is false means it will print the false. So just ends with small s. It will end with small s here. No, it is not ending with small s. So output is false. Starting with is caps lock s. Starts with caps lock s. Yes, starts with caps lock s. So output is true. So you're going to get false, true, false, true, false, 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 and true. That is the output of this one. So false, true, false, true, false, 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 and finally true. Is that clear? That is, these are the various methods. So within the strings, the methods are, first method is called as capsulize, is the first method. Title, second method. Upper, third method. Lower, fourth method. Find, fifth method. Count, sixth one. Split, seventh one. Join, eighth one. Replace, ninth method. And after that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 plus 9, total 18 methods we have discussed. These all are the methods of string. And along with that, strip also. Within that strip also we have discussed, right? 3 strips, which is 22 methods we have discussed. So all these methods we are going to use during the text mining. When we work on the text mining, this is going to be applicable. When we want to work on the text data, that is NLP. If you want to work on the NLP, this is going to work. These methods or whatever the string concept is there, this entire string concept is going to be useful during the NLP. NLP means natural language processing. When you are processing the natural language or when you are working on the text data, this is going to be useful, right? Yes, someone is asking. Yes, it is going to check, for example, yes, something you have written like this. Yes, the whatever the string you have created, this is considered as substring. This entire substring is in the last one or not. It is going to check in that way, right? Substring is whether it is the entire substring is in the last portion, right? Done. Next one is if you practice, you can remember. In Python, you want to know what are the different methods are there. So directory of string str, just you can ask with respect to str and you can get what are the, this underscore is default one. These are all the different methods. Remaining all are the different methods. So which all the methods may not be useful for us. As a Python developer, we may require different methods. For example, complex number is there. Complex is the data type where we are having with respect to 1 plus 2j. This in the entire my data science career, in my entire data science career till now I have never used. In the entire data science career only I have never used. So then what is the use of learning this one? Learning for data science only, there is no time. Learning extra things. Sir, learning extra things and I want to become a Python developer, then this is not the right class, right? Python classes are for Python developer roles. This class is for only data science role. So data science Python only we are going to discuss, right? Now, what are the methods I have discussed? These are all the methods I am going to use in the during the NLP, right? During the text mining, these methods I am going to use. Now, one of the student has asked the question, string concatenation. String concatenation means string concatenation. String concatenation means adding of two strings. Adding multiple strings is called as string concatenation. Adding multiple strings means adding multiple strings means both of them should be string. The first one should be string and the second one also should be string. Whatever you are adding, the first one and second one both should be string. For example, Siva and the second one is Rama. Both are strings means then it is going to add as Siva, Rama. Side by side. It is going to add side by side. Simply to say these both. So that is nothing but Siva string plus Rama is one more string. Okay, if you add these two, you are going to get Siva, Rama side by side. Nothing but this is equal to empty. There is no space. Empty one. Dot join of list of Siva and Rama. If you ask like this, in the backend, it is going to apply the same concept. It is just joining the Siva plus Rama, and it is going to give the Siva, Rama. If you ask this one, it is going to print the output as this one. For this one also, the output is this one. For example, here you have taken the space. One space is there. In between space is there. Assume there is a space now, not empty one. Earlier it is empty one. Earlier this one is empty one. Empty one means side by side. Now you are having the space. Between them space is there. Space dot join. And after within this Siva and Rama, list of Siva and Rama, you have taken like this. Now it is going to consider Siva plus whatever the empty string is there. This one plus this one. And it is going to print the Siva space Rama. It is going to give like this. In the join function in the backend, it is doing the concatenation only. Instead of doing one-time concatenation, for example, I'm having one more. In the list, I'm having one more Krishna. So for each string, it will add this one. For each string, it will add this one. In between, it will add this one. So I'm going to get after the space, again, one more space also I will get the output as Siva space Rama space Krishna. So for each and everything, it is going to add for each. So in the list, you can take number of, there is no limit. Number of values you can take. Okay. So whatever the number of values you are considering here, this is a list and this is a function. Join is a function. Within the join function, you are having the list of values. These list of values for adding the first two, it is going to consider by using the space. Adding second two by using the space. Adding third and fourth in between space. Every time it is going to consider in between space. Is that clear now? Right? Yes, join method is with respect to the list by using the list of values, because you have to take multiple values now. Join means at least two values should be there, minimum two. For one of the thing we can't join, right? Minimum two should be there. Minimum two should be there means we have to consider advanced data type only, either with respect to a list or a tuple or something. But we have to consider advanced data type. From the fundamental data type, we can't join. Right? Done. Next, coming to the next concept called as input. Now, what is meant by input? Till now, whatever the A is equal to Siva or whatever the string we are writing, directly we have written. Now, ask the user to enter the value. Ask the user to enter the value. So, asking the user to enter the value is called as input. Input is the function. Input function asks the user. So, whenever you execute the input, it will print a rectangular box like this. Inside the rectangular box, whatever you are writing, it will store that value. So, here, input. Once I execute the input, I'm right here. It is asking to enter the value. So I'm entering the value as 254 something, and I'm executing. Now this value, it is just printing because this is in the last line. In the Jupyter notebook, this is in the last line, so automatically it is getting printed. Now this value has to be stored. So what I'm going to do, n is equal to input of. Now once again I execute, first the right side part will be executed. In the right side, what is the input? Input means one rectangular box. Now inside this rectangular box, whatever you are entering, it is getting stored in the n value. So 234 is there, means now n value will be stored with 234. By default, it is going to take string only. Whatever you are entering in the rectangular box, it will add the inverted commas like this. By default, it will add the inverted commas. Means whatever you are entering inside this rectangular box, everything is string. String. By default, it is considering as the string. Okay. So if you ask n, now what is there inside the n value? Means string of 234. Whatever you have entered. So just n is equal to input of. Whenever you are writing input of, right side part will be executed. That is rectangular box. Inside the rectangular box, I have written 234. Now what it is going to do? 234 inverted commas it will add, and it will create an object and name it as n. And now I'm asking print n. Print n value means what is there inside the n? String of 234 is there. So it is printing the string of 234. If you ask the type of n means by default, it is going to take the string data type. Whatever you are entering inside that, it will consider. Sir, I don't want to consider as the string, sir. I want to consider as int. Then you have to write a is equal to int of input of. Now what happens? First, right side part will be executed. Within the right side, multiple brackets are there, means inner bracket will be executed first. What is the inner bracket? This one. So input of. First, it will take the input of. Now here you have entered 234. Now what happens? 234 inverted commas will be added. For that, int of. It will add the int of. Now what is int of? Int of string of 234 means 234. Now this 234 will be saved in the a. Means it will create an object and with the a. Is that clear? Now once you executed this cell 234, whatever the 234 is there. Now if you ask a, 234 will print. Here n is string of 234. Here it is normal 234. And type of m is int type because you have converted to int. So here the strings can be converted to int or not. Means yes, it is converted only if it is having the numerical values. The concept which we have discussed in the last class, that is going to be applicable now. Okay, strings can be converted to int only if it is has this one. Sir, for example, here once again execute. This time don't write. For example, let us write SIVA 1 2 3 1 2 3 4 something. Okay. Now what happens? Inner bracket, that is input of functions is working. I'm writing Siva 1 2 3 4. Whenever I have written the Siva 1 2 3 4, Siva 1 2 3 4 inverted commas. Okay, this is completed. Now for that input of, that is int of Siva 1 2 3 4. Now for this, it is going to throw an error. Once you execute this one, if you press enter, it will throw an error. Value error. How I can convert this value to an int? Whereas this one will consider. This is not a problem because it is considering as a string only, right? If I write Siva 1 2 3 4, it will take Siva 1 2 3 4. If I print by default, it is considering the string. String cannot be converted to int if it is having apart from numeric. Right? Is that clear? Now, here, if you observe input of, if I execute the word called as input of, if I'm executing input of, what it is going to do? Just it is going to print the rectangular box. Inside this rectangular box, what I have to enter? My name I have to enter, my age I have to enter, my qualification I have to enter, my salary I have to enter, what I have to enter. Here nothing it is printing. So I'm entering as per my choice as 257, something number I'm entering like this. But here it is asking enter your age. See here, input of inverted commas, enter your age colon. Whatever you have written here, it will print as it is before to the rectangular box. Whatever you have written here, it will print as it is. Here you have printed colon means colon. You have printed with space means space. Whatever you have written inside this input, it will print as it is. So why we are writing this one means now it will be very clear that this one, it is asking to enter my age. So enter your age. My age is 24. It is remains constant forever. Right? So 24. Just I am entering 24. So now 24, whatever the 24 I have entered, this is inverted commas. Now N1. N1 means it is going to store as N1. Right? So here it is just storing that value. Whatever the value you have entered, it is just storing that value. So that value, whatever the rectangular box, inside the rectangular box, what you have to enter, it is mentioning here. So that the user will understand, okay, we have to enter the age. So I'm entering the age. Now, if you ask the type means it is type of string only. Though you have entered the number also, it is string only, unless you convert that one. Right? So now N2 is equal to int of input of enter your age. So now you are having left side, right side. First right side part or left side part? Right side part. Now within the right side part, multiple brackets are there. Which one? Inner bracket. Inside the inner bracket, this is the complete inner. So complete inner means first this will be executed. Enter your age colon. After that, it will come to here. That is square box. Once you enter the value, after entering the value, it will convert to int. So here I'm entering 24. So 24 is entered like this. Now this is converted to int. That is nothing but 24. Now this 24 after right side, entire right side was completed. Entire right side part is completed. Now left side part. What is in the left side part? N2. N2 is equal to 24. So it is going to create an object 24 with N2. Like this, it is going to work. Step by step execution. It is clear? So now it is going to work in this way. Now after this, here I'm entering the 24. Once I enter the 24, now N2 is N2 value is int of 24. If you ask type means it is a int type. After conversion of int, it has stored in the N2. Is that clear? That is with respect to int. Now here, just execute this code. First line. What is there in the first line? Let's have one more example. This is a comment. This is ignored by the Python. Just have one more example. Just have written as a comment. So to have one more example. Name. Name is equal to input of what is your name, question mark and space. So what is your name, question mark and space. After space, one space will be there. After space, it is going to print the rectangular box. This one will be printed as it is. After this, input will comes. Now, whatever the input I have written, SRK, I have written SRK. Now, SRK will be taken as string. And now it is not going to convert. Int of is not there, so it is not going to convert. Simply, it is going to take SRK. Now, this SRK will be saved in the name. Name is it is going to create an object of SRK with name like this. It is going to create. This is the meaning of this line completed. Now, next, it will come to the next line. Once this line is successfully executed, now it will come to the second line. If in the problem is there in this line only, it will throw an error and it will not even execute the second line also. So now it will come to the second line. In the second line, enter your age. So now enter your age, again question mark, again space is there. After the space, rectangular box is there. In the rectangular box, I'm entering 24. Now whatever the 24 I have entered, 24 is a string. Now I'm not converting to int. As it is, I'm entering and I'm keeping in the age. Now what is the name? Name is string of SRK. What is the age? String of 24. Both are strings only. Now, after this one, it was nice talking to you. Print, it was nice talking to you. This is going to print as is the text and name. What is there inside the name? SRK. So this is the first one, value, value 1, value 2, and value 3. 3 values are printing. That is nice talking with you, SRK, question mark. And hey, you are already age. What is there inside the age? String 24. String 24 years of old, SRK. So it is going to print like this. So once if I execute, first see what is your name? Space. Space also is there. And I'm entering here SRK. Done. Now again, enter your age, space 24. So it is going to give, it was nice talking to SRK. Hey, you are already 24 years old, SRK. It is clear? Just it is taking the input. Sir, for example, this one I have taken as int of. Then what is the difference? Just it is going to convert. The age will be 24. Instead of string 24, age will be 24. Print also will print the same. Print is not having any problem because I'm not using any concatenation. To throw the error, I'm not using the concatenation. I'm just printing the values. So if I ask once again, SRK and 24, again, it will give the same answer. The only difference is earlier the age is string 24. This time the age is int 24. That is the only difference. Is that clear? Input function is clear. Input means asking the user to enter the value. Whatever the value the user is interested, enter the value, and whatever the value was entered, if the value was asking to be saved, means save that value. If you're not using the equal to symbol, means it will not be saved also. For example, input of, you have written the input of like this. Enter, input of, enter your name. Enter your name. You have written like this. So just it will print the enter your name and rectangular box. So whatever the value you are writing, it will take that value only, but it will not save because you have not used the equal to, right? If equal to is there only, it will save into that object. If equal to is not there, means it will not save. It will not even save. It will not, for example, this is in the last line. If it will print, for example, let us write like this, input of enter your age. Okay, now 24. 24 is printing because this is in the last line. Now the same example, I'm taking one more, in the same way, I'm going to consider one more example where I'm taking once again the same thing, copy. But in the second line, I'm writing print SRK. Okay, print SRK, I'm writing. Now, first line, it will execute the same, enter your age. There is no space because here there is no space. So here also there is no space. After the age, immediately it has given the rectangular box. So inside the rectangular box, I'm entering 24. Now, once I execute, SRK is printed. Where is 24 was printed? Because 24 is not in the print option is not given. That too, it is not in the last line. If it is in the last line only, the print automatically prints. If it is not in the last line, it will not even print also. The reason behind this printing is because this is in the last line. Okay, last line of the Jupyter Notebook cell, it is in the last line, so it is printing. Otherwise, it will not print. If it is not in the last line, it is in the middle or somewhere, miss, it will not print. It will just take the value. Value will be taken. Sir, that value of 24, where it is there, miss? You have not stored now. You ask the user to enter the value, he has entered the value. If you ask it to store, miss, it will store. You didn't ask it to store, it will not store. Why it will store? For example, I'm asking, what is enter your age? 100. Sir, I want 100 to be printed. How you can print 100? You can't print 100 because you have not stored now. Without storing, how you can print? Is that clear? If you store that value, you can use that value. Without storing, you can't use that one furtherly. Is that clear?